Zeppos with Cougar head coach Kyle Smith. Here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chesanow.
Great to be with you here at Zeppos. It is that time of the week. We are deep into conference play and off yet another Pac W. Coach Smith, you beat the Huskies on Sunday. There you go.
Yeah.
Get a round of applause.
A little bigger turnout today.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Hey, you get a win over the Huskies, and let's talk about it for a moment here. It was a game where C.J. Ellaby just had an absolutely special 40 minutes, didn't he?
Yeah, I had no idea that he had that many points. I just know that he was definitely playing really well, and they play zone pretty much 40 minutes a game, and he went 6 for 9 from 3, and kind of needed that to get by him. But we got a lot of contributions from everybody. Played really well.
They do play zone, but they also have defended the three pretty darn well.
Oh, yeah.
Third best in the league in three-point percentage D, which is generally inconsistent with the stereotype of the D.
No, they extend it so far, and their length and ability to recover and really make people miss. We did a good job of attacking that thing, I thought.
So now you are, let's see, I want to make sure to get it right, 13-3 at home, I believe.
Is that right?
Is the number. I think that's the number, 13-3 at home, which is
that's
a fantastic record.
We got really these good. People here.
It is really good.
Yeah.
And now, the CBI has extended an invitation. You are officially, if you so choose, locked into a conference tournament for the first time in 8 years.
Yeah, that's good. And hopefully, I told our guys about it today, and but I also said we have other bigger fish to fry. We're trying to bigger game out there, and hopefully we can, with these last 7 regular games, they'll be tested and got a conference tournament to play, and hopefully we just keep getting better.
So a minimum of 8 games to play still in this year, which is a lot of basketball.
Absolutely.
It's almost a third of the year, certainly a quarter, depending on how it shakes out. And you're trying to now take this and all this home success and bring it on the road.
Absolutely.
And what have the metrics told you? What's the difference between home and road? What's going on? What do you think?
That I need to explore. I just know it's a lot harder. I know some of it's been our health. I mean, when we lost Tony and Marvin, we lost Marvin right before Christmas, and he had surgery, so we kind of adjusted without him a little bit. But he some of our perimeter quickness there, and then. We had a really, we split that first weekend with the LA schools, and Tony played great, and then he was on a high ankle sprain, played against Cal, so really hadn't had him in a while on the road. It kind of changed the way we're playing, but I think he's closer to being back. Played a little bit Saturday and looked pretty good today at practice, so being a full squad will help. See what we need it for these, it's going to be tough. On the road, it's been really hard, and we talked about it and we addressed it, and now we got to do something about it.
Yeah, and you've got at UCLA just won in Tucson.
Yeah.
So they're kind of figuring. Yeah, they're sort of figuring things out. They lead the league in rebounding margin, and they've been a team that's ascending with a new head coach as well in the league.
I think they had a little what you call a coming to Jesus moment. I think with their coach, and he kind of got after him a little bit and. Sometimes it's addition by subtraction. They had a little attrition, and I think the guys looked around. And sometimes you're this time of year, you probably settle in on their 8 guys that you're playing. It seems like they've kind of shortened the rotation and playing with a little more purpose. They're playing harder, and they get good talent. So, and they're well coached. So, that was I think surprised everyone in the league. Not that they beat them, but that they just handled Arizona in Tucson. So. That'll be a toughie. You
mentioned the rotation. You said one of the hardest things to do as a head coach is to sort of reinstall formerly injured players because your whole minutes allocation switches up and
the roles change. Whether it's almost impossible whether you play them or not. Sometimes I've been in a situation we had an all-league guard at San Diego one time where we won our last 5 games, our hottest team going to the conference tournament. He got back healthy, and I just wish it just another week just see what we had. And he came back and he played well, but no one else did. We won, but we weren't playing as well, and then we lost the next game. And it's like, I don't know what you do on that. You got your all-league guard, hold him out. The players are like, what's going on? And we were playing well, but it's just hard. So I don't know. I've seen it. I don't know many coaches that manage it very well. It happens in the NBA all the time. And like Luka Doncic is out, they're not as good, and then he'll come back, and they won't be as good. It takes time. So if you can figure that one out, you're a really good coach.
Is the timing kind of right for it, though? Because you've actually got 3.5 weeks before league play, so you got a little bit of time to reintegrate.
Yeah, no, I think the 2 Washington weeks help. You just get a lot more time, we get healthier, and a little more practice time. So, I think we're there. I think we need it. We need the depth. I don't know if that's what's on the road. At home, we've been able to shorten the rotation, kind of shorten the games a little bit almost, seems like, and played really well. And we haven't been able to do that on the road. But like I said, we haven't been healthy. We haven't been a full squad. So hopefully we can do that this week.
Jeff Pollard had 10 rebounds against Isaiah Stewart, who looks like a pro prospect for sure.
Definitely.
No question. He's probably going to be a lottery pick and maybe toward the top of it this next year. Yeah. And Big Jeff played great, didn't he?
You know what? I think he got healthy, too. I think it's part of it is a little more time for him. He's been banged up, a little recovery, and just committing to playing Vova as a backup, I think, has helped us. We've been defending well when he's in there. And when Jeff picks up a foul, I just throw Vova in there, and the score, if it stays the same or better, Vova stays out there. And just buy more time. And Jeff, if Jeff's playing 25 minutes a game, 27 minutes a game, I think he's going to be more effective because he's down there wrestling with Isaiah Stewart, and he seemed fresher and healthier. Obviously, 10 rebounds. I think he had like 3 or 4 offensive boards, so he was that was great for us. And I think he's been playing banged up all year. That's a big part of our deal is him being healthy. I
still feel like Jeff over these. I feel like we're going to look back at one of these. We've only got 2 shows left, which is wild, but we're going to look back and say, Jeff hit 3 threes. Jeff hit 3 threes. It's coming. It feels like it's bound to happen. I know he can shoot it because I've watched him do it in practice.
Yeah, no, you were out there today.
He hit a couple today. Yeah, he looks great. It's an option. It's definitely an option.
It is. We need, but I think it's part of it. He's been leaning on these big. Every night it's a Nyeka
it's
or
big
it's
boys.
Najee. It's like a little hard to do both. I think. But we need to utilize it a little more. We've kind of gone away from it. Hadn't made some lately and whatever. But I think we need to bring that back a little bit, stretch them out.
There was a lot of how do I put this? Some friendly banter on the court. Noah Williams was having some discussions with some of the Husky players. Noah's from Seattle. CJ, I think, at times also had some. Civil discourse with the opposition is a good way to put it. And it seems like Noah and maybe CJ, based on performance, they kind of feed off that, don't they?
Yeah, we're working on it. But yeah, honestly, if you followed us all year, it's kind of every game, and I have to. Shocked we haven't got some. We get a lot of. We usually get warning every game, so I gotta. But it's kind of they do get their little mojo from just being enthusiastic. I don't know what you're talking. They're just very enthusiastic out there.
Sure, it's enthusiasm.
Exactly. Yes, those two.
But you had 10 points from Williams and 3 steals, and he's become a starter and now maybe a fixture in the starting lineup. Yeah. And even though you're healthy, regardless, however it shakes out, Noah's going to play. He's a true freshman. He's going to be a heck of a player.
No, unless he does something silly, which he's a freshman. But he should start. He's really gained confidence. I think he did an awesome job defending McDaniels late in the game and made it hard for him to catch. And that's when he got a couple of steals that really kind of opened up the game. Him and CJ both just kind of pressured that. And we're excited about him. He's just a fearless. His strength is his weakness. Sometimes he doesn't always think about the consequences, but he gives you confidence as a coach, as a teammate. He's good. When he's on the bench, he's rooting for his other guys. He really has a lot of pride, so hopefully we'll keep him going.
I meant to tell you also, I had a bit of I meant to say it in postgame. Not that I have a bone to pick with you, but I needed to raise your awareness. You actually talked to me and Craig during the broadcast, during the game.
I want to get you
right.
But
you only heard half of the statement. So Noah shot an air ball at the baseline, and I said, Williams shoots an air ball, and you turned around and you said he got fouled. And I said, yeah, coach, but then I had finished it, and you didn't quite hear me. I appreciate that.
It's just, I got to be honest, your tone was a little negative. Your tone was a little like, shot an air ball. I got fouled.
But then, so I'm joking with
no. You got it. Hey, you're not flawless, man.
I said he got fouled. I said it.
I can hear it. You know.
Well, let me also say this, not to encourage you. Craig loved it.
No.
Craig thought it was the greatest thing. It was great.
Funny.
It was really, really funny. It was, but all of this was part, and I've kind of buried the lead here a little bit, but not only was it a win over the Huskies, but George Raveling's name is forever now at the top of Beasley Coliseum.
Yeah, deservedly so. It was great.
It was a really another special day in Beasley. And after the game, Guy Williams, who was coached by Coach Raveling, came over and we're in the middle of a segment, and he goes, "Hey, Craig, I got to get your headset off so me and Coach can go get a picture." Great. You know, it was really special.
Yeah, no, I think that was a phenomenal day. I'm sure I know he really appreciated it, and he was really sincere. And he not only spoke with our team and the women's team, he also had a brunch Sunday morning with I think just other student athletes, other just students in leadership position. And ironically, my wife's uncle was in town and would just have me staying at the Residence Inn and listening. And I said, it's one of the most inspirational things he's heard in his life. So that guy's special. Pullman's lucky to have had him, and he really appreciated his time living here 11 years. And, he says, I believe him too. He says his best time as a coach was spent right here. So.
I have heard that from more than one former coach here. People,
current,
no doubt.
Yeah.
But with the perspective of having been here and then left, and then they look back and they go, boy, I don't know if leaving was the best.
I think that my 10 months here, it's just there's a camaraderie that everyone. It's college town, and the Coug Pride's special.
It's awesome. It was like we've got questions.
Okay.
We've got Twitter questions. We've got questions written in here. Is the Soup Chat active? Do we have trivia from Soup Chat?
They got one trivia, but
okay.
A
little questionable.
But it's relevant. It's an Oscars one. I'm sure some people.
Big. We got a lot of movie. We did have the Oscars. That's right.
Yeah, there's they were inspired.
Well, I love it. We'll get to trivia and we'll talk about UCLA and USC a little bit more. We're live here at Zeppo's. We'll take a break.
Did you catch Curb this week?
I did. So peak Curb. It's so good. We'll take a break.
Right,
come back live here at Zeppo's.
U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show.
Now on the break, a go-ahead hammer.
Live from Zeppo's with Cougar head coach Kyle Smith, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chesanow.
Back here live at Zeppo's talking ball here with Coach Smith. We will take some questions and get them on the air. If you're here on the show and you write a question in, you cut to the head of the line. So with apologies to Twitter, if you're here in Zeppos, you're first in line. Let's start here with Mary. Great Coug. I'll always hear the show. Great to see her. Who is more enthusiastic during the games? The players, the students, or your wife on the courtside on the opposite side of the court?
I mean, obviously, someone's seen her. I don't notice her game, but I've heard a lot. She can be a little intense. Usually, it's the officials that come over and tell my wife to calm down.
Wait, has your wife ever gotten an official warning?
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
Amazing.
That's this dates back to the WCC days because my father-in-law would sit courtside. My dad would sit courtside. My wife, they all knew them all. So they knew some of these officials. So she
knows names. And
yeah, they know her.
They know.
It's bad. It's bad for business. It's bad for business.
Have you ever been like, hey?
It's embarrassing. One time, on ESPN, I think it was against Gonzaga, and there was a bad call, and she jumped up courtside, and Luke at the time was like 4. And he hit the deck right in the floor. He could have got stopped.
Oh, no.
But she didn't even notice. That was the worst part. She didn't notice that she had knocked him onto the court.
Amazing.
But she's a work in progress. She's passionate. She's not here tonight either. So she'll be here in a time. So
well, when she comes back, we'll be sure to rekindle this topic. That's important.
She'll be embarrassed.
For sure. That's great. That's awesome. Dave here asks, so I'm going to read you this a little bit longer here. Coach Raveling had a quote to the effect, and we had alluded to this in the previous segment. He had a quote. People ask me how I could have spent 11 years in Pullman. The real question is, how could I have left? Who are some of the coaches / statesmen of the game you've met, and have you had any other insight that you've pulled out of some of the really revered minds in the sport?
Well, I think Coach Raveling gets it in that sense. And I think all of us would like to do what like Randy Bennett, who's been, it's 19th year at one institution, be able to do that. And that's I always tell people how I got in coaching. My high school coach was my high school for 30 years. And my college coach was at a college for over 30 years. So I just thought that's what you do.
Yeah.
And someone like Randy, who I work for, but just I know what he's about. He's got that place has become him. And I think that's what Coach Raveling's referring to as his 11 years. Like, how can I leave? It's when you build something and you have that, and it's neat. And I think it's unique what you can do here. Obviously, the guy up in Spokane has been around. We're much friendlier now, but just unbelievably impressive what they've done at Gonzaga. And I think Coach Few gets it too. I think he has things in perspective at what's important to him, his family, his faith family, and then his team, and he really lives by that, and that's what's impressive. He has things in balance, and we're always in a hurry and trying to get someplace, and somehow he just, regardless who is on his team, they've been able to keep it sustain it at a really high level, and I think it's just, I quit trying to figure out I'm glad not to be in that league. This is the year they're going to slip a little bit. We're number one.
Yeah.
Again, so they're pretty good.
There are a lot of I shouldn't say a lot. There are many long-term basketball coaching tenures, like even actively. Like they're big jobs, but there are even not at the peak level, but like for instance,
Syracuse.
Syracuse for sure, Jim Boeheim, and you can go Coach K, Tom Izzo, Jim Boeheim, but even like Homer Drew at Valparaiso. Like there's some also random spots where it seems to really fit Randy. You mentioned Randy Bennett and Mark Few.
Yeah.
But there are examples where Bob Huggins at West Virginia has been there for quite a while.
No, actually my former roommate at Air Force, Chris Mooney's been, I think, like 14 years at Richmond, which is one of those places where Dick Tarrant was a long time. Rick Burr just retired at Belmont. He had a long run there, and
they're really good in Nashville.
And I think that's what Washington State can be. I mean, obviously, with the Bennetts, how long were the Bennetts here?
6 years in total, I believe. It was Dick for 3, and then it was Tony for 3.
Yeah. So you could see where they were building when they had. Yeah. And when he left, they had Clay as a freshman, Modem coming.
Joe transferred with him to UVA. Joe Harris, who's on the Nets now.
Yeah. He was, and Xavier Thames, who left, but like he ended up being Mountain West Player of the Year. So they had this thing. They established what they were, and then that thing and. Had Tony stuck around.
Yeah.
Glad he didn't for my
sore
sake.
Subject.
But,
Yeah.
But that's what you get in the years 5 said I would have liked to have seen it in San Francisco, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, glad to have you. Great to have you. It's great to have you.
It's a better deal.
Yeah,
Better deal.
that's
But like it's hard, but you could build something.
You've had a couple, as an assistant, you've had a couple long stints. You were at San Diego for a long time.
Yeah, 8 years. And I always said, it's a funny story too. I said they could have buried me there. I was never leaving. And I got a job offer. Air Force called, and buddy Joe Scott got the job. The offer was like double the money. And I'm like, I had no interest in going there. And so I go to the AD, and I'm young, probably a little cocky, and I said, hey, I just kind of asked, where do you see me in the future? I said, can you see me being the head coach? And I didn't get much feedback.
Yeah.
Actually, he goes, some people are like, they said, hey, take Randy Bennett, for instance. And Randy didn't have a head job at the time. He goes, I always thought Randy would be a good Division II coach.
Oh, yeah.
I said, well, that was my mentor.
But
Randy's record versus San Diego is pretty good now.
They've been pretty darn good.
Funny.
Funny how things work out. Yeah,
it is.
All right, Lisa asks, and this is an interesting question. So, what's up with the coaches matching shoes on Sunday?
They were donated or given to us from Nike.
Yeah.
It was for Black History Month. The red, the black, and the green. They're a little wild.
Yeah. It wasn't like just crimson and gray.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. We were definitely. We didn't get it. I wanted to explain it to everyone, but I didn't get any information myself. So I looked at Phelps. I said, Phelps, what? He's like, I don't know either.
He's like,
just wear them. We got them.
I think that some of the guys had Rav on their shoes.
No. The players got a really nice pair of shoes. It said Rav on them.
Yeah, for Coach Raveling.
Long-time
Nike.
It was funny because I got the text from our staff like, hey, we're wearing the shoes we got, and they were mine were in the box. So these guys, I was all pumped.
Yeah.
I thought they're going to be just like the players, and they pulled out those, and I was like,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I wanted the ones that say Rav on them.
Right.
That would have been good.
That's cool.
Didn't happen.
Really cool. Hey, so Jennifer and John want to know. Are you superstitious? And specifically, do you have a lucky shirt? Do you have like a game day shirt?
I'm a little superstitious. If we win, I'll roll with the same outfit. That's for sure.
You're a little stitious, not superstitious. Sorry, I had to do it. That's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah,
joke.
it was.
That's awful. It's awful. You're welcome.
Yeah. But no, I do have my one crimson checkered shirt that I've worn several times. Like I think.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah, the tie was very brief.
It had a couple wins in it.
Yeah,
and then Stanford happened, I think, and then it got retired.
Yeah,
it got retired quickly.
Yeah, no tie. Yeah,
we're done with that.
And you seem to go jacket, suit jacket. You get the whole look. It's great. Jacket off. Game, jacket on for handshake.
There's a little secret here. Should I let you in on this one?
Please.
The jacket never goes back on until the game is in hand. It's like Red Auerbach.
Oh, wow. Love it.
So it's often on the chair at the end of the game.
Oh, interesting.
If we're up 19 with 6 seconds left, I might put it on.
Jacket, got it.
So it's not like it will never be.
Got it.
So if you ever see me strutting down the jacket, that's basically. Good. But don't.
Well, there we go.
I don't want any coaches now. They see me in the jacket.
You referenced Red Auerbach. Is that like you're referencing the cigar lighting the cigar?
If I could do that, I would do that.
How great would that be? How great would it be if you had a stogie you could light up courtside after a win during the game?
Yeah,
like
that's what he was doing.
We're good to go. Light up the cigar.
It's time. That would be great.
That'd be great. Puff a smoke. Everybody could see it from down there.
I think so.
I still can't get over that Ralph Miller smoked cigarettes during the game in Gill Coliseum. That's the Gary Payton.
I didn't even think about that. But he smoked them during practice too. I know that.
Amazing.
The best is that he didn't even go down on the floor in practice. I think often he's sitting on the up in the bleachers, drilling a cigarette
during practice.
The cup of coffee, like this.
Incredible.
And it was the same practice for 25 years.
Old video of basketball from a previous era when you could smoke inside. There's like a cloud of smoke. The guys are playing and there's
the locker. I mean, I'm to date myself, but my. The Hank Egan, when I got to see him, chest was kicking the habit, but he would still drag take time in halftime, just and then just all right, flick it out in the pool. University of San Diego had a pool.
In the pool?
No, he didn't. By the pool, but that's a ways back.
It was an old broadcaster thing. I had a boss tell me when I was younger that I should start that I should. Like he was like, I encourage you to smoke.
Just better for the voice.
You burn your voice box out.
Yeah, Johnny Most.
Yeah, well he smoked. He smoked a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
DJ Fiddles and Diddles.
That's a pretty good.
Burn in the corner.
It's a great impersonation.
No, he's unbelievable.
That's
great.
The
best.
That was mid-game. I mean, but beyond the era of when you're supposed to smoke anymore, he'd lean over and take a few puffs. And,
no, he definitely smoked.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have to see him smoke to know he smoked.
Okay, so last question here as a writer, or at least for now. Husky Sports Radio people, and I think this is more Seattle Sports Radio people, but questions anonymous, right in here. Husky Sports Radio people were complaining about one-and-done players. What are your thoughts about recruiting one-and-done type players?
I'd love to recruit one-and-done players. Love to have some. But I do think there's almost once you go that route, it's hard to recover. As far as if you want to build a program, just look like Duke, who, Coach K, I would say, like, he was always, he'd have 4-year guys. He wouldn't hang their team banner till everyone graduated. And it's kind of a unique thing, and those guys had they still have a lot of pride in it, but then he kind of wanted, in my opinion, he just started chasing Calipari, what he was doing. And there's a smaller pool. It's hard to be one and done. There's a handful of them, and now he has it, and I don't think the same cachet of playing for Duke as it is, and I think he had as much or more success doing it the other way. So I'd prefer to do the way we're going to do it here, but some of it's out of necessity. It's all I know. But if there's a good, there's a kid, I don't know if I can mention him. He's an 11-year-old in town that's not bad.
Is his last name Smith?
No, it's his teammate.
Oh, okay.
It's his teammate. Rocco's job is to be manager and recruit. If that happens, then we might have something going. But that's about what it would probably take.
I love it.
That or international. I don't know. It'd have to be. It's usually like when Wayne Tinkle's done it. Your offspring.
Right. Yes.
I don't see Rocco having a shot. Luke maybe. Bo doubtful. So I got 3 chances, but I think he probably knew on Tinkle. He probably knew by then. And he hired Stephen Thompson. They had 2 of those. So those are their 3 best players in the last 4 years. So.
There's a lot of that too. USC's got Eric Mobley, a former number 1 overall pick, and he's got his son and his son's brother. His other son's coming next year as a 5-star.
Mobley. Yeah. No,
that whole deal. Not that we need to get into that, but
I got to start doing some research. Who has some kids coming?
Well, geez, that's a whole other world of that's a different beast too. But do you think that'll continue? I mean, do you think because the one and done rule is going to go away? It's basically going to expire.
Yeah,
and for the record, also, this is often confused. That is an NBA rule.
Yeah,
that is not a college rule.
No.
The one and done. The NCAA and school, they can't control that. So it's an NBA thing.
Yeah, I think it's about time they should do it because it'd be better if it's a baseball model or back to what it was before. It's fine. There's only so many guys that can leave from high school, and we're talking about 8 to 12 guys on an enormous year that would be trying to leap from high school. That would be
crazy.
More likely it'd be 3.
Yeah.
So we're doing all this, and now they're recruiting as these guys, these agents or whatever. Their business is there's 3, but if there's 7 that look like they're just they want them all that attention. They're going 1 year, and it becomes. I don't think it's healthy for the game. I think college basketball would be better without it, but I think I'm in the minority there actually.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think there's a whole.
If you watch ESPN, they don't think with I think college basketball makes it unique is the camaraderie, the college. Campus and the game, and I think it'll always thrive.
100%.
But and so I'm saying, if you're good enough to go play.
Right.
We're trying to. Right. We're trying to pay them more, and they do this like if you're good enough to go play,
go pro,
and they can go pro otherway.
You can go to G League right now.
You know, G League. You can go
to Europe.
Australia is really actively taking guys that usually that's good for them. If they're not going to school, there should be a component where you want to go to college and should have to go to. I could fix it in once. If you went back to the freshman ineligibility.
Amazing.
It'd fix everything.
Done.
Because you say, are you going to come to college for a year and then play
idea.
like it used to
be?
Or
the freshman
Or you go play pro, Or you go play pro, so you'd have college.
Interesting.
But I don't think that's happening.
Tim Watts on Twitter wants to know what's your favorite sport to watch that isn't basketball?
Football.
Right, from Texas.
From
Texas.
Yeah. No
That's
question.
a quick answer.
No, my wife's college football. I like NFL.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with quarterbacks, trying to figure out
What do you feel about, and careful with your answer here, Anthony
Minshew.
Anthony Gordon. Right. I was going to say Anthony. How's Anthony?
What do you mean? I mean, did you not see me wearing the Anthony Gordon jersey?
Oh, that's right. That's right. You have an Anthony Gordon San Francisco City College jersey.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he reminds me of Joe Montana. Is that a little too high a praise? The best.
He's got.
But he is really actually. He is really poised and just throws little lasers out there and just it had to be fun to call his games.
It's great.
I'd never seen one with such calm feet back there either. Just absolutely come to like he's not breathing. Just
really confident. Quickest release I've ever seen.
Yeah, no,
from decision mentally to ball released, I've never seen.
He played baseball, right? That was his main sport.
I think early, and then I think he realized I can't really throw.
He has really good hands in that, but he probably would have been a really good point guard.
Yeah,
because it's just calm, and he could probably see everything. And I assume he could probably shoot too.
I bet he's a great athlete.
Yeah,
really good athlete. So 6'4", 6'3", 6'4".
He's really confident. Yeah, he's good. I love him. It's a great story because it almost didn't happen.
Yeah, it's amazing. Combine's coming up too, the NFL Combine. So I'm excited.
We're doing a pro day here, aren't we?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll do the pro day and get all the guys in there. Last year's pro day, I'm told we need to take a break. Last year's pro day, I was there for it, and Andre Dillard, when Dillard went, the whole place stopped.
Really?
And it was he was. Because he's, first round pick. He's a Philadelphia Eagles franchise level left tackle. Very rare athlete. Super quick feet, really coordinated, and he's so big.
Yeah.
So you could hear, we're in the bubble, and he'd hit the pads. You could hear it. It sounded like Rocky hitting the beef. You know what I mean? Like it just sounds a little different. Wham! And he's awesome. It was awesome.
Great.
Yeah. So pro day for sure. We'll take a break. Come back. We'll do trivia next. We're live here at Zeppo's Talking Ball here with Coach Smith.
Have a question for Coach Smith? Send a tweet with your thoughts to Matt Chazanow using the handle @M_Chaz. That's M_CHAZ. Now, back to Zeppo's.
Yeah, that'll work. We're live here at Zeppo's talking basketball here with Coach Smith. It is trivia time.
All right.
We've got some trivia questions for you. Now, Mitchell is back in the studio. It's Mitchell's first show with us, so we're going to run through the sounds here. So, Mitchell, if you get something right, play that sound for us. We'll get that on the air here. There you go. And if you get it wrong, what's the wrong sound? Oh, do we have the wah wah? We have a wah. If you don't, that's okay. All good. And then
buzz it.
Yeah, we've got the buzzer. So we'll do buzzer here.
I don't have that one.
Okay. All right. So we'll go buzzer here this show, and then of course we've got the high stress pressure sound for when we're going through the questions to really ramp up the intensity.
Yes.
It's important. There's no prize to be won. That's a very important element here. A lot of pride. All right, first question. Who holds the record at Washington State for most total? And let me get the sound here, Mitchell. Let me get the whole deal because I got to get the atmosphere right. Emotionally, very emotional. If you could, do you have the little ticker? There we go. Who holds the record for most total points scored as a sophomore in a total sophomore season? Who scored the most sophomore points ever in Washington State University? Ever. Sophomore year. Who the best sophomore year? What do you think?
Do you want me to guess?
Yeah, go for it. Sure. What you got?
Mark Hendrickson.
No. Great. We need a buzzer. We need a wrong buzzer. No. That's a no. Yeah.
I knew that was a no.
Anybody else? It's actually easier than go easy here. It's a layup.
Ellaby?
It's no. Well, we're gonna talk about CJ in a second. Clay Thompson.
Clay.
Yeah, that's a Clay Thompson. Yeah. That's
Clay. CJ's got to be close to catching Clay.
So Clay Thompson in 2010 scored 602 points.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of points.
God, that's a lot.
CJ is tied with Josh Hawkinson at 455 right now. On pace to finish probably third, but I didn't know how to calculate it because it depends how many games you play in March, including the CBI in the Pac-12. He could get or the NIT or the NCAA tournament or whatever. I'm just saying additional. I'm not.
Hold on. No offense to CBI.
No.
I'm fond of that tournament.
Whatever the ends when the Cougs go to the Elite Eight this year.
Yeah, think a little
higher. And they go to the third weekend or the second weekend, wherever they go in the dance.
Jeez, have a little higher self-esteem.
When they go, it's just what was in my head, and it's because it's the next question.
All right, go ahead.
And let me also say this: Clay's junior year, scored 733. 733 points.
That's a bundle.
That is a lot of points.
Yeah,
That's a lot. Okay, all right. Second question, Mitchell. Here we go. Fire it up, buddy. Give me the deal here. There we go. The CBI has extended an invite. When is the last time Washington State played in a postseason tournament? When's the last time? You got a correct answer. We have a correct answer here in the crowd. That is absolutely correct. It is 2011, 2012. Sir, let me get a dinger let's get a correct. There we go. Bingo. 2011, 2012. And it's important. I told Mitchell here if he gets it wrong, no pressure. Like zero. If he gets the wrong buzzer sound, that's okay. That's good. All right. Question number 3. Here we go. How many of the top 5 winningest Pac coaches all time? How many can you name, you think? How many of the winningest Pac coaches? What you got?
I'll get 5.
Okay, let's do it. Bring it up.
Just Pac-12 games or just total wins?
I think it's total dubs.
Let's go Ralph Miller.
No.
Never mind.
we need a buzzer. That's awesome.
It was just Pac-12 wins?
I love it. Total.
So Ralph Miller has a bajillion wins.
He's not up there. Unless
gosh.
I don't think I'm wrong here. Yeah. Thank you. So Mitchell gets it.
His wins at Iowa don't count. I mean, what are you talking about? You said total wins.
I thought you meant like league games.
No,
I thought you meant like league games. Like I meant like.
Is Mike Montgomery one?
Yeah, he's 3. Right. Mike Montgomery's 3rd. There you go.
Lute Olson.
He's 2nd. Yes. Yeah, there we go.
John Wooden.
He's 1st. So you got the top 3. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Okay, now.
What do you got? 4 and 5 gets tricky.
4 and 5 gets a little tricky. 4 and 5 gets. Here's a hint. 4 and 5 is actually not tricky, but it is dated. So it does make it.
Marv Harshman?
That's a great guess. He's right on the cusp. It's not. There you go. Yep, not Marv Harshman.
I had to go with the little Coug.
How about this? Here's another hint.
Right. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No, it's not gonna be him. No. Slats Gill.
Yeah. That's 4th. Slats Gill Coliseum. Yep. 1929 and 1959, 505 wins.
Wow.
And the 5th one.
Hold on. Do I get a chance at this?
Oh yeah.
Should I get it?
Oh, kinda, yeah.
I should get it?
Let me put it this way. It hits really close to home. We got to Jack Friel. We get in the crowd. Yep. And now Jack Friel, who will? Well, I don't want to give it away. Jack Friel, 495 wins from 1929 to 1958.
That's good.
And it's amazing how his career and Slats Gill's career 1 year off.
Yeah.
They started both in 1929. And went for basically 30 years. Amazing. So, but well done.
The Fran Dunphy, Pete Carrill, They went
in the
after-
Ivy League, yeah.
They were like 40 years at
Yeah, Fran Dunphy at Penn and Pete Carrill at Princeton. Went back and
the
forth.
rivalry.
All right, fourth question here, and this is kind of an interesting little nugget here. How many people, and we can go ballpark, how many people ballpark are required to staff a game at Beasley behind the scenes? Let's give some credit to folks behind the scenes. We're talking ticket takers, ushers, concessions, security, parking on the back. How many people for like 10,000 people at Beasley? Ballpark, how many people do you think are required to get it all done?
How many are there, or how many does it feel like?
If you go, how many,
It feels like 220. Is my number.
that is not the actual
Is that
number.
under? Did I go under?
You went over. You went
know.
over. It's super. Yeah, right.
It's like a 1-to-1.
It's a lot of people, but it's actually super efficient. I was surprised. At least.
What is how many?
It's depending on the game, between 100 and 150 in total. Done deal. 100, 150 people to get it all done. 150.
I just heard that they're pretty strict on what seat you're sitting in.
I wouldn't know. I'm
Even
not sure.
even when it's one of those non-conference games where it may not be.
It's
full.
a little empty.
They're excuse me, ma'am. but I'm the wife of the coach.
I love it. I think I saw in the upper deck they brought them down.
Brilliant.
The students,
No,
they
I
brought
like
them down to
that.
the bowl.
I did notice that.
I think they did.
I wanted to do that one game this year as a promotion. It was like at the first media, take a broom and just start Coach Smith just like pushing them down to the lower bowl.
Like
just
a
in
video
case.
thing?
Yes.
That's pretty funny. That'd be pretty funny.
My wife showed up.
Is she here? We should talk about this then. So she's embarrassed. That's great. That's perfect. Yeah. So there was a question that involved you, Katie. It was, who is more enthusiastic during the games? The players, the students, or the coach's wife was the question.
It was a blowout.
She's got covered her face
a
right now.
blowout.
This
Coach's
is great.
wife
It's
won.
too fun.
Yeah.
It's too fun. That's awesome. Okay, actual fifth trivia question
All right.
here.
Dude, we went deep today.
Yeah, we did.
We need curb time. So
We talk curb. Yeah, we're okay.
All right.
What conference was headquartered? What league conference was headquartered in Pullman? There was a conference headquarters in Pullman, Washington. Which league was it? No. You take a stab at it. I got a lot of furrowed brows. A lot of fur, but not Pac-8. Wasn't the
Great
Pac-8.
Northwest.
No. You'd be surprised. It's an active league. Currently.
Big West.
No. Yeah.
Whack.
Nope. Nope. Think closer to
Big Sky.
Yeah, the Big Sky
Why?
was commissioned by Jack Friel. He was the first commissioner of the Big Sky.
Were we in the Big Sky?
No, Jack. No. Yeah,
Why would we be though? Why would they
no.
be? It was just something he did. He started.
Jack Friel was a big deal and was a commissioner and started up 1963 and 1971. Long time. He was the 8-year commissioner
okay.
of the Big Sky. There we
like
go.
that.
There's
I
trivia.
respect that.
There
That's good.
you go. Hey, for the world's most refreshing beer, 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly with Coors Light, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. We'll take a break, come back. We'll talk Curb Your Enthusiasm live here next with Coach Smith.
Yes.
MG College.
Catch, drop, step, hammer time.
With Coach Smith, here's Matt Chazanow.
Back here live at Zeppo's post-game party never stops at Northern Quest with 24/7 gaming, over a dozen restaurants and lounges, luxury rooms, and more. Details at northernquest.com. We need to make this a very brief segment. What's on the Netflix or HBO, or what are you watching right now?
What's Curb? I thought we were talking about Curb. I'm yo-yoing down right now.
That's so funny. It's just a reference that's over everybody's head. Maybe listeners get it. It's a great
yo-yoing
show.
Down. You yo-yoing up or down?
I'm pretty steady Eddie. I don't yo-yo.
You're going up or down? You're not a yo-yo.
I'm not a yo-yo.
Yeah,
I don't yo-yo. I'm not a yo-yo.
Definitely. All right,
it's great.
Move on.
All right.
We'll explain later.
We'll take a break. Come back. We're live here at Zeppo's next.
Welcome back to the show. Time now to look ahead at this week's game with the Coors Light Opponent Preview. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
It is that portion of the show. We're live here at Zeppo's Talking Ball, and it's that time where we talk a little bit about the opponent. The next one is UCLA. They are 9-4 at home. They're 13-11 overall, 6-5 in the pack. They just won in Tucson. We had alluded to it earlier. They're a team ascending here in the league, figuring things out. And they new head coach, bit of a rocky start, rockier than UCLA's historic standards, but they're doing pretty darn well now of late.
Yeah, no, like you said, they've kind of settled into who they're playing. They've kind of identified this. Chris Smith has kind of emerged when I think he had 30 against Colorado or something, and he's a hard cover, and it's kind of stepped up. They're playing through him a little more, and they're defending better and playing harder, I think.
They've won 3 of 4 games, and then you go to the Galen Center. You take on Andy Enfield, on the Saturday evening, and that was a tight game here in Beasley, which featured Jeff Pollard hospitalized and then scoring a layup after returning from getting his face X-rayed. Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, no, that was the first. It seems like a while ago, but it was really both teams playing really hard, and we were really anxious. So it'll be interesting this time. I think we've settled into a little more comfortable. Obviously, like guys like Isaac being his first year through the Pac-12, and even CJ being in more. He was in a bigger role this year, and he's settled into that, and it'll be good to see how much better we've gotten, and see if they've improved too. Yeah, 2 big games. Thursday's game, I should say, is a late one. It's an 8 p.m. tip, and then Saturday's game is earlier at 5 p.m. tip in Galen Center. We'll take a break, come back. Final segment coming up next. We are live here at Zeppo's.
Raveling works as a mechanic
This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Put your trust in a bank that's been focused on serving the people and businesses in Washington and all across the country since 1863. That's U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. With Coach Smith, here's Matt Chazanow.
Back here live at Zeppo's final segment here in the show. You know, I remiss we didn't go soup chat trivia.
That's all right.
It's okay. We'll skip it.
We'll
all right.
We'll save it.
All right. We'll save it. We'll roll through here. It's the Cougs coming to L.A. this week.
Soup chat can be if we're ever short on time. We need to extend it. That's fine. We got it. We always got it in my hip pocket. It's nothing major.
I like that you started off talking about your college buddies chat with like you want it to end. Like you said, like I don't want to do this anymore.
No, they're good. I get enough of them. It's like it used to be great to, reunite with your college buddies, but now these chats, I'm like I can't get rid of them. It's like every day. Every day, I'm tired of them.
It's so great. It's so great. Okay, so I was going to say we're going to LA now. You've got 7 games left, which we had kind of alluded to as a lot of meat on the bone.
Yeah.
But you've got a 14-10 record, 5-6. What are your? I know you want to win them all. You want to win the next 7. But what are your hopes, expectations? What are your goals here? These final 7 games.
Well, you know what? We got to get 2. You got to get 1. So let's start there. And on the road, we haven't got 1 in the league yet. So that this week, and just focus on this weekend, giving ourselves a better chance and competing better on the road. I think actually the one game we didn't compete at Stanford, whatever. We just got drilled. But the other ones we've been competing certain segments. The game got away from us at a certain point. We got to do better there and get on top of somebody. And we're on top of Cal, and we let them get back in it, and we couldn't get that done. And so hopefully we're growing up, maturing a little bit, and getting better down the stretch. I think really it's this time of year, what teams really want to play in March and what teams want to keep getting better. And I feel our guys are poised to do that.
You were way up on Arizona State at home also, up like 15. They came back. Do you feel like if you get on top, you need to try to tell the guys, like, hey, let's keep the pedal down?
Yeah, you know what? Our guys, every game is a little ebb and flow with that, and we can have some runs where we don't score much. That's happened to us a little bit.
Twice on the road, actually, Cal and Utah.
Yeah.
There were 2 long
we just got to
stretches.
find a way, but I think we're a little bit of, I said I got a little secret sauce analytics that are actually hopefully tempering that.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see how it comes out this week.
I love it. Hey, thank you so much. Great to see everybody. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Jared Brengruber helped us out as always. Jerry Kylo gets us on the air. Does such a great job. Mitchell Lee back in the U.S. Bank Network studios. Fantastic work. Thank you, Coach.
All right.
We'll travel to L.A. tomorrow. And go Cougs.
Go Cougs. You roll.